Probably the first time you notice, if you already know me, is that why the hell is my hair like this right now? But that's not important. Listen, shitters, welcome back in with me, Shadesy, and today we're going to discuss the reason why I'm going to focus on Monster Hunter. So actually, Monster Hunter is kind of like action RPG games, which you're crafting gears, fighting monsters over and over again to get like the specific materials so that you can craft, weapons, armor set, to like make your builds, etc. And also there's like a specialist which, like different weapons, which means or like translate into different builds and stuff like that. It's pretty unique games, and it used to be a niche games, but now since Monster Hunter World, introduced to the PC client and everything, came to PCs, a lot of people have been loving it, and it's not as niche as before, but it's still niche. But yes, we're gonna get into why I choose to focus on Monster Hunter in the first place, why I think this is a good decisions for me, and so on. So yes, we're gonna get into that. Like, let's jump right into the first session. So let me tell you the first thing, like how do I get into Monster Hunter. So the first Monster Hunter game I played is actually Monster Hunter Portable Third, which is in PSPs. My PSPs, I didn't play the Portable Third online, but I played it with friends with WLAN. So it's kind of like like it's kind of like if you have a friend which owns PSP as well, you can turn that on. It's kind of like a Bluetooth, but like it's kind of like a local multiplayer in a sense. So like you have to be near each other, and you can play if you turn on the WLAN or WLAN, if you want to pronounce it that way. But yes, that's the first game that I've been into. But since I introduced to that game, I was like, damn, I was like, this game is hard. This game is hard, but I can still pull this through if I, like grind enough and, at least upgrades some of my weapons and also my armor. But yeah, it is a hard game, but it's not impossible. If you play other titles like Souls-like or Soulsborne titles, yeah, you can feel that. Oh no, this is impossible. This is impossible. It's kind of like unbeatable. Like this, I cannot beat this. You know what I'm saying? But Monster Hunter give you the feelings that it is very hard. Some of them easy. Some of the monsters are easy, but some of them are actually hard as well. But you don't get the feelings that the Soulsborne that you played. You know what I'm saying? Like the feeling when you play Monster Hunter is actually, oh yeah, you're willing to fight this boss over and over again, but it's also very flashy. Some of the monsters actually flashy, like you are ready when they're getting into the rage mode, or maybe if you're in a Soulsborne genre, when you're entering a second phase. But yes, it's kind of like an intriguing experience when the first time I introduced myself to Monster Hunter Portable Third. It's a very fascinating game. I still hold it very dearly to my heart, and it's been a very awesome experience. But yeah, that since then I've been obsessed. What I mean by obsessed, I'm obsessed with Monster Hunter. Like ever since I played Portable Third, I go back since at that time I still have like PS2. So I was like go back to my PS2 and like, do I have Monster Hunter by accident? But turns out I don't have it. But then I go to like my nearest gaming shop or like GameStop or whatever you want to call it. I'm searching for Monster Hunter. I bought Monster Hunter 1 and Monster Hunter 2 DOS. So yeah, I played those two games, which I'm not finishing all those two games. Like, let me be honest, I don't finish those two games because about that time I'm about to sell my PS2 because I need money. and everything like that. So yeah, I sold my PS2, so I don't have a chance to finish Monster Hunter 1 and also Monster Hunter 2, which actually I'm kind of like happy that I don't finish those two games, because when I'm getting into Portable Third, it's already like a fluid game. It's like it feels nice. You know, it's kind of like the traditional Monster Hunter. It's kind of slow pace, not too slow, but it's still in the slow category. But Monster Hunter 1 and 2, it's, oh my god, it's clunky. Let me tell you, it's clunky. 2 dose is actually already improved, but I still get the same feeling, the same clunkiness and everything like that. But yes, I didn't get a chance to finish those 2 games. But then yes, after that, since like, yeah, I wanna, because I'm already bored at my PSP, because like I've been playing Monster Hunter, like making new characters, you know, new builds, and I like to get experience, you know, like just new experience from the start again until the late game, and so on and so forth. But yeah, it's pretty interesting, because when I sold my PS2, I was like, yes, I need to get another console just to play Monster Hunter. That's how obsessed I am with Monster Hunter. Because like, I'm not going to be biased and say like all Monster Hunter game is good. No. But what I'm saying is that ever since I introduced myself with Monster Hunter, I've been so obsessed, like, hey, let me just get this console just to play Monster Hunter, and I'm done with Monster Hunter. And you know, like, when I'm done with this game, already to the finish line, I'm just gonna sell the console, like, straight up. You know what I'm saying? And ever since that day, because I sold my PS2, right? I was searching to buy 3DS, because in 3DS, not only you have Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate, and you also get like the 4 Ultimate, which is one of the most insane Monster Hunter franchise ever made, like hands down. But I think if I'm not mistaken, before I purchased that, I bought a second-hand Wii, the original Wii, from my friends, which cost a ton less than the market price, just to play Monster Hunter 3 or try, you know, because I cannot hold it. I want to experience the underwater battles and everything like that. It's just so good to me. Even though some of the players or like some of the people that love Monster Hunter despise the underwater battle, not me. I'm in love with with underwater battles. If Monster Hunter give me a request or like a privilege to ask for one thing to implement in the next Monster Hunter, I will ask, bring back the underwater battles, because it increased the immersive of the games, like to the ecosystems and everything. It's just so good. Like, I mean, they can improve the underwater battles for sure, but they have the blueprints, you know what I'm saying? Like, they already have the blueprints. The only things they need to do is actually improve the underwater battles, so that those people that are frustrated with it, they don't like about the underwater battles, will like the new underwater battles. So it's kind of like things like that. But yes, I finished the Monster Hunter Tri, which is not a pretty big games actually. So the one thing that is catchy about this game is actually the underwater battles. Not too far from that, they introduced 3 Ultimate, Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate, which is Monster Hunter Tri, but with more monsters variety. You know, like more end games, more elder dragons, and everything like that, which is a far better game. So it's Tri is kind of like, if I can say one thing about Tri, it's actually like, it's kind of like a Monster Hunter demo of 3 Ultimate, you know. So because like all the monsters there are available in 3 Ultimates, besides all the expansion. So it's kind of like 3 Ultimates, kind of like the big expansions, stuff like that, with more monsters, a lot more monsters, a lot more elder dragons, and so on. So yeah, it's I played 3 Ultimates, which are Brachydios, you know, the icon monsters. I'm in love with that, with that monsters, bro. And they bring it back to Monster Hunter Worlds, and they add like what is it again, like the subspecies. Oh yes, that thing is vicious, furious, and I don't know what to say. Like, I've been fighting with raging Brachydios non-stop, and after like I don't know for how many hours, I able to actually defeat that thing. So yeah, it's okay. So I'm kind of like all over the places here. Let's go back to Three Ultimates. But yeah, Three Ultimates is a very amazing experience because it has, like, you know, one of my underrated opinions, you know, like the features, underwater battles. But the best thing about 3DS is actually they have 4 ultimates, which is by far, I think, the best Monster Hunter ever made. 4 ultimates not just are they provide a complete monsters variety to fight. Not just that, they added a lot of like varieties fights, arenas, and then like, you know, like Dalamadur, you know, like the, I think it's considered as like elder dragons that looks like a snake. That fight, I'm speechless when I'm fighting that thing. Like, is this for real? Like, I'm fighting actually on top of his body and everything like that. So it's kind of like, oh, it's a lot of like amazing fights, amazing monsters, and I think 4 Ultimates provide the most complete monsters of all other Monster Hunter franchise. Fatalists, you know, like they have like the complete Fatalists, not only like Blade Fatalists, like in World. They have all like white, white, crimson, and black, and all other very cool elder dragons that I cannot mention like one by one here, because it will be like a long ass videos. But yes, 4 Ultimates, it's very good. And also I played Monster Hunter Cross also in 3DS, but I didn't finish the Monster Hunter Cross because at that time, again, like I said, I need money. That's why I sold my Wii and also my 3DS. And after that, I jumped to the Monster Hunter World. Monster Hunter World is a very amazing experience. I think it's the second Monster Hunter that is in my favorite list. So the first one will be the 4 Ultimates, and the second one will be the Monster Hunter World. And yeah, Monster Hunter World, it's kind of like the modern graphics, but with still traditional Monster Hunter. You know, like with all the features that they add, it's amazing. It's amazing. Like they provide a lot of features that is actually adding a lot into the immersive of the games and everything like that. So yeah, it's amazing experience. Traditional but improved. I'm so down, yeah. Hands down, one of the best Monster Hunter I ever made as well, which is in my top 2 list of my favorite Monster Hunters. And then after that, you know, like, long story short, Monster Hunter Rise available, and yeah, it's kind of like, okay, I don't see like, I mean, I love Monster Hunter, and I love every single game, but Rise, it's nothing special, you know. It's nothing like it doesn't have the same feeling as when I played 4 Ultimates or World. So yeah, it's and I forget to mention like Iceborne, pretty huge expansion, love it. Velkhana, you know, the first time they introduced Velkhana, and then Rise, which is Sunrise. Wait, is it Sunrise or Sunbreak? Sunbreak. Sorry. Yeah, it's Sunbreak, which they introduced the vampire dragon. I forgot the name. Damn it. But yes, it's pretty cool. You know, like the iconic monsters. Again, World, they have like Nergigante, and also the Monster Hunter Rise, they have what is it called again? Magnamello. Yes, Magnamello, which kind of like the Japanese theme. Oh, I'm in love with the with the Magnamello themes. You know, like Japanese, kind of like have those ghosty type of vibes to it with those like purple auras. Oh, it's so good. Not to mention they have Crimson. You know, Val Strikes. Hey, bro, that thing, I don't know. I think Tony Stark made that thing. You know what I'm saying? Make the monsters, bro. I like. Yeah, it's Rise and Sunbreak. It's not too big of a surprise. Besides the monsters that they provide, but yes, it's after that thing. After I finish with Rise, and of course the expansions. Also the same thing as like World and the expansion as well. I decided to buy Nintendo Switch to only play Monster Hunter Double Cross, which is actually Monster Hunter Cross, but it's kind of like the expansion. It's kind of like the same concept of like try and then 3 ultimates, 4 and then 4 ultimates. So they have like Monster Hunter Cross or X, and then they have like Monster Hunter Double Cross. So yeah, turns out it's a pretty good game. Still traditional Monster Hunter with a lot of good monsters. And I think that's the first time they introduced Valstrax as well. So it's pretty good Monster Hunter franchise. And I think it's kind of like on my top 5. Monster Hunter Double Cross. And also they introduced Glavenus in Double Cross as well, right? So if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong. Yes, that's probably a story why I'm obsessed with Monster Hunter and why I decide to focus on Monster Hunter, because I know a lot about Monster Hunter. I can make tier lists, I can make a guide, which, okay, let me be clear. If you're talking about like weapon guides, you know, like what are the best build for every type of weapons, no, I'm not gonna make it. I'm not gonna make that. If I make that, of course, I'm referring to the more content creators that are more enthusiasts about making, you know, weapon guides and everything like that. But I can do like a theory, like a lore, Monster Hunter videos, and then again, like I said, tier lists, and then like gameplay tips and tricks, and I can think a lot if I'm talking about Monster Hunters. That's the thing, and that's why I decide to focus on Monster Hunter. What I do know for sure is that I love Monster Hunter, and I know for a fact that if I make videos about Monster Hunter, I know for a fact that I am doing it from the bottom of my heart. I'm doing it because I'm passionate about Monster Hunter. So yes, hope to see you guys again in next videos. Catch you later, boys.